gets pretty intense as we move on through the day in these areas, as Bridget was just mentioning, farther off to the south and east. This eventually really starts to pick up steam, and it brings a big damaging wind threat along with it, a widespread one. The areas that we're most concerned with for severe weather on Friday: southern parts of Arkansas, northern parts of Louisiana, western parts of Mississippi. That dark red shading, that's where severe weather is very likely moving through the day tomorrow. And as I mentioned, that primary threat will be widespread damaging wind gusts. Those are very likely in these areas. And again, as Bridget was showing you, like later on this evening and tonight, some of those winds could exceed 75 miles per hour in spots. This is a powerful complex of thunderstorms developing. So here we go into our Friday now. Morning commute, 8 a.m. Central Time. Much of Arkansas seeing some strong thunderstorms moving on through. Watch how this evolves during the day, though. By lunchtime, now you've got this arcing, this bowing segment of thunderstorms. That's where we'll see the severe weather threat at its greatest, the damaging wind threat right along the leading edge of those storms. It's also some areas where we'll have to watch for at least some isolated embedded areas of rotation that'll kick up a low-end tornado threat. This is 3 o'clock now, middle of the afternoon on Friday. Look how that bowing segment is still very present in the forecast. The forecast models here. Our future track is showing you that. So as this races toward the northern part of the Gulf Coast, it's keeping that severe weather threat. The intensity of these storms maintains through the afternoon, even into the early part of the evening. Severe weather threat isn't done until those powerful storms drift off to the south into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's really the next 24 hours with this complex of thunderstorms that we're going to have to watch for those severe weather threats, including that at least isolated threat of a tornado. One more threat that we'll be watching for you here at Fox Weather throughout the day tomorrow. Bridget?
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.